Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Drago. We're back with another chapter of Deadrock, Chapter 5, Fire Cry. I love that Deadrock is bringing back this style of cover page to where you kind of get info about each of the characters. And the first one obviously being Yakuto, and you get the basic information about him. It's kind of interesting with the foods that he likes pasta but dislikes black coffee. I'm just so glad that they brought these back because I absolutely love when they did this for Fairy Tail and Eden Zero. I'm not sure if they did it for Rave, but these were kind of some of my favorite things to learn a little bit more about each of the characters. Picking up this chapter, you have Yakuto obviously still rampaging as Acnologia. You get a shot that's pretty much the exact same shot as the end of last chapter with Frey seeing her sister. She was about to get chomped on by her sister, but she gets saved by Makoto. And for whatever reason, Yakuto is just rampaging around right now. He has a kind of poisonous gas almost coming off of his arm. And it basically just causes him to just attack anything and everything around him. And it doesn't really matter if you're friend or foe, which basically forces some of his classmates to have to fight him. Which honestly they don't do too much because it looks like they do pretty good attacks and it just doesn't even leave a scratch. And this whole time you get their teacher in the background just yeah, this is what I want. You guys are awesome. I really want to see duels like this. I think my favorite part about this chapter in particular is Frey and Makoto and them kind of teaming up because she really wants to go save her sister, but she's trying to stop her, and just kind of their duality throughout this chapter, and particularly how it ends, really works well. I kind of love the monster battle that Yakuto is having, so it looks almost like a Godzilla fight. Going into probably the most impactful part of this chapter, which is Frey, seeking out her sister, and then she does eventually find her, which leads into a flashback showing Frey a lot younger and kind of adding a little bit more to her character. That she's pretty poor, but she wears, her sister's hand-me-downs, and she likes it just because it smells like her sister, and she likes that better than something new. And I really like their conversation kind of talking about wanting to go to Deadrock and that each sister is trying to be stronger than each other. And I like how the flashback kind of ends with her bigger sister saying, she wants to be stronger than her so she can protect her, and, she doesn't particularly get it at the time. Which cuts back to a shot of present day and both sisters punching each other in the face. Which the panel just reminds me so much of Natsu and Gray punching each other. And they honestly have quite the firestorm around them. They're making a flame tornado around them to where no one can impede on their fight. And this whole time you get to Makoto kind of watching, this fight go down. She's trying to talk some sense into her hey, her body's decaying. We can't save her. You're gonna have to, let her go. And honestly, this whole time, I kind of thought that they were going to find some way to, save her sister. I was not expecting her to just straight up punch her sister's head off. Which is definitely different from Mashima, that, he has the sister literally kill her. And, she's celebrating that she's stronger than her sister, that she finally beat her. Which those tears start to burn away, and that turns into anger, which is completely directed towards her teacher, since obviously he was the one that made her his battle pet, which Frey was just gonna straight up try and kill him right then and there, but Makoto talks her out of it, which Makoto says that, they need to help Yakuto since he's out of control, but when the time comes to try and kill him, she will assist her, and I kind of love their pairing. It's kind of a cool duo. Which you go back to everyone trying to stop Yakuto, which gets cut short pretty darn fast with God showing up. And out of all things that he could be mad about, he just got mad that, the school got destroyed a little bit in this rampage, and he goes to attack Yakuto, which he, does a breath attack. And that does absolutely nothing, and he just gets slammed to the ground. Which now God knows, obviously, that he is a black dragon, because he even remarks at it as he's turning back into a human. And Yakuto gets sent to the Blood Dungeon, which one of the teachers, Lilith, is interacting with him, basically telling him why he's there and, his punishment for, destroying the building. He has to stay tied up in that dungeon for 1 week. And once Lilith leaves, you get the mysterious cat girl showing up once again, which that's got to be quite awkward that she sees him just tied up naked. And she says to Yakuto that she knows that he wants to kill God and she would like to join forces since she knows his weak spot. And that's the end of the chapter. So my thoughts. I quite liked the, Frey and her sister, also Makoto kind of helping out and teaming up with her, and those two having a goal now, which they're most definitely going to be the one to kill, Luzin. At this point, can we, finally introduce this cat girl? She showed up multiple times now, can we just get her name already? The part that I'm a tad bit confused on, and maybe it was in the chapter I'm just missing something. Did Yakuto go on this rampage on his own, or was he being mind controlled? Because obviously they mentioned the smoke, which I'm imagining is the poison that he has on his arm, or the curse, or whatever they're calling it. Was that what was causing it, or was it his teacher that was basically forcing him to fight everyone? Either way, I still really enjoyed this chapter. I thought there was a lot of great moments within it and, building ambitions for characters. I just got back from a convention, which I'm exhausted from, but that turned out really great, and I don't entirely know if I want to make a video about it, just because some of the footage I got, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to piece it together. So I'm debating on if I actually want to make a video or just keep it for personal memories. Otherwise, leave your thoughts about this chapter in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.